natural thing to do is to apologize further and just continue to apologize.
The country music superstar was arrested on 3 felony charges in Nashville, Tennessee.
Indianapolis concert. He took the time to thank the crowd for helping him break the record.
I'm having more fun during this time of my life than I've ever had before. I've legitimately never been happier.
Morgan Wallen arrested. All right, buckle up, folks, because it's time to dive into the whirlwind that is Morgan Wallen's latest escapade. You might know him as the country crooner with a voice like honey, but lately he's been making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Morgan Wallen, the man with a golden voice, finds himself in a bit of a pickle after a wild night at Eric Church's Chiefs Bar in Nashville. Now, bars are known for some rowdy behavior, but Wallen took it to a whole new level. Allegedly, he decides it's a good idea to toss a chair off the roof. Yeah, you heard that right, a chair. Needless to say, the authorities weren't too thrilled about this impromptu game of rooftop furniture tossing. Fast forward to the next morning, and Wallen is waking up to a rude awakening. He's been slapped with multiple felony charges. We're talking reckless endangerment and disorderly conduct. It's the kind of stuff that lands you in hot water real quick.
And that is country music star Morgan Wallen has been arrested. There was some sort of incident in a downtown bar that happened last night.
New trouble for country music star Morgan Wallen. He's accused of throwing a chair off of a rooftop bar in Nashville, narrowly missing police officers.
Breaking overnight as we led this hour, country star Morgan Wallen charged with 3 felonies.
The way our culture is right now, bad behavior is not only tolerated, it's often rewarded.
But here's where things get even juicier. This whole chair-throwing debacle goes down right after Wallen's gig in Indianapolis, where he finds himself in a bit of a sticky situation with none other than Taylor Swift. Wallen decides to take a jab at Swift during his concert, and let's just say it didn't go down too well with the crowd. Cue the boos and the jeers. Now, we're no experts, but it seems like Wallen's night of debauchery might just be the result of some bad blood boiling over. I mean, imagine the pressure of being in the spotlight, coupled with a dash of public humiliation. It's a recipe for disaster. But hey, who am I to judge? All I know is that Morgan Wallen's latest escapade has got tongues wagging and heads spinning, and as for what's next for the country star, well, only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, he's got a long road ahead if he wants to sing his way out of this mess.
He is also charged with disorderly conduct for creating a hazard that served no legitimate purpose.
Eric Church's bar is now responding after country singer Morgan Wallen was arrested there yesterday.
Run-ins with police. These are felony charges, which means possibly he could be seeing years in prison if he's convicted.
In connection with that incident in Eric Church's new honky-tonk right there on Broadway.
Wallen's troubles and arrest. Let's dive into the roller coaster that is Morgan Wallen's personal life. Brace yourselves because it's about to get real. First off, we've got Morgan Wallen, the country music heartthrob, and his rocky relationship with KT Smith. These two lovebirds had their fair share of ups and downs, including a whirlwind engagement that ultimately crashed and burned. Yep, it was a classic case of love gone sour. But wait, it gets even messier. Rumor has it that Wallen's emotional state took a nosedive when he found out about Smith tying the knot with another dude. Ouch. Talk about a gut punch. It's like something straight out of a country song. Heartache, betrayal, the whole shebang. And if that wasn't enough drama for one lifetime, let's throw in some previous instances of Wallen's questionable behavior. We're talking about that time he dropped a racial slur like it was nobody's business back in 2021.
The natural thing to do is to apologize further and just continue to apologize.
Wallen is accused of throwing a chair from the 6th floor of the Broadway bar. The police report says the chair almost hit officers.
I do care about what people think of me. I want to be viewed as a good man. I try to be.
Wallen was also charged with disorderly conduct. His bond was set at $15,250.
Not exactly the shining moment you want on your resume. Now, I'm no therapist, but it seems like Wallen's personal demons might be catching up to him. His tumultuous relationship, coupled with his past missteps, could be the perfect storm that led to his drunken arrest. It's like the universe was just waiting for an excuse to give him a wake-up call. But hey, here's the thing. Nobody's perfect. We all have our skeletons in the closet and our demons to wrestle with. And maybe, just maybe, Wallen's arrest is the wake-up call he needs to get his act together and start making better choices.
3 counts of felony reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon.
The real justice here would be to treat him like an average citizen who did the same thing.
It's music, so I enjoy that, but on the flip side, like, don't throw chairs off a roof. That could have very easily hurt someone,
Good morning. We can tell you it was an incredibly busy area there along Lower Broad, and just very lucky that chair didn't hit someone.
So as we sit back and watch the drama unfold, let's not forget that behind the headlines and the tabloid gossip, there's a real person struggling to find his way in the world. And who knows, maybe this whole ordeal will be the catalyst for Morgan Wallen's redemption story.
That Morgan Wallen is reportedly facing multiple felonies after being arrested early Monday morning.
He's kind of done and said some things in the past, so it's not surprising, in my opinion. I love his music, though.
The country music superstar was arrested on 3 felony charges in Nashville, Tennessee.
Clearly not a good thing to do. Like, yeah, he should have his hand slapped, for sure.
Fans boo Taylor Swift. All right, folks, let's rewind to that fateful night in Indianapolis when things got a little spicy at Morgan Wallen's concert. The crowd is buzzing with excitement, the lights are dimming, and Wallen takes the stage like a country music rock star. But then, out of nowhere, things take a turn for the unexpected. It all started when Wallen decided to crack a joke at none other than Taylor Swift. Now, we all know Swift is a force to be reckoned with in the music industry, but apparently not everyone in the audience was feeling the love that night. As Wallen proudly proclaimed that his concert had set an attendance record at the Lucas Oil Stadium, he couldn't resist throwing a little shade at Swift. He joked that he'd hold the title until Taylor Swift comes to town.
For the biggest attendance at Lucas Oil Stadium, but when he mentioned Taylor Swift...
Before I walked on stage that this is the single most attended concert in the history of this building.
Indianapolis concert, he took the time to thank the crowd for helping him break the record.
I'm going to say that until Taylor Swift comes to town in the fall.
Cue the boos and jeers from the audience. Now let's talk implications. On one hand, you've got Wallen, the rising star with a penchant for controversy. His remarks about Swift might have seemed harmless at the time, but in hindsight, they could have serious repercussions for his career and public image. And then there's Swift, the queen of pop who's no stranger to drama herself. While she's probably shrugging off Wallen's comments like water off a duck's back, you can't help but wonder how this incident might affect her reputation among country music fans.
I thought his fans and Taylor's fans were very similar. They both have their roots in country music. Country music superstar Morgan Wallen has been on a sellout world tour. There was a lot of booing.
But here's the thing. In the grand scheme of things, this whole debacle might just be a blip on the radar. Both Wallen and Swift are seasoned pros who've weathered their fair share of storms in the spotlight. And who knows, maybe they'll even laugh about it over a couple of beers one day. So as the dust settles and the gossip columns move on to the next scandal, let's remember that at the end of the day, it's all just part of the wild ride that is the music industry. And hey, if nothing else, at least it gave us something juicy to talk about around the water cooler.
Starting country music, but judging by that reaction, the fans weren't on board.
They went absolutely insane when they showed Taylor on the screen, yes.
That's pretty awesome.
Kelce attending Singapore concert. All right, grab your popcorn because we're about to dive into the glamorous world of Travis and Taylor's whirlwind adventure in Singapore. Trust me, this is one ride you won't want to miss. Travis Kelce, the NFL superstar with a heart of gold, decides to jet off to Singapore to catch one of Taylor's legendary concerts. Now you might be thinking, what's a football player doing at a pop star's concert? Well, buckle up, because this story is about to get wild. Kelce doesn't just attend Swift's concert, he goes all out. He's soaking up the sights and sounds of Singapore like a true adventurer. From strolling through the lush greenery of gardens by the bay to feasting on the city's delectable cuisine, Kelce is living his best life.
I got to check out the world's largest greenhouse. How about that?
Largest greenhouse.
I'm
That's
a huge...
Cool.
Outside of that, it was got to get some lovely Singapore food and just catch the views. It was fun, man. It was fun. She's on record saying that that stadium's one of the funnest that she's played at.
But let's not forget the main event, Swift's concert. Kelce is front and center, soaking in every moment of the electrifying performance. He's dancing, he's singing along, he's living for every beat and every lyric. And can you blame him? After all, it's Taylor we're talking about here. Now, here's where things get interesting. Kelce isn't just a fan, he's also got a special connection to Swift. Their relationship has been making headlines for months, and their public appearances together are the stuff of legend.
Got to see 2 amazing shows of the Eras Tour. The last of the...
I have to understand that, like, there are incredible perks that come with this life.
Whether they're cozying up at a glamorous event or sharing sweet moments on social media, Kelce and Swift are the ultimate power couple. And as Kelce reflects on his time in Singapore, you can't help but feel a twinge of envy. I mean, who wouldn't want to jet off to exotic locales and rub shoulders with the biggest names in music? So as we bid adieu to Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's Singapore adventure, let's raise a glass. Power of love, music, and spontaneous trips halfway across the world. Who knows what other adventures await this dynamic duo? They'll be making headlines for years to come.
I'm having more fun during this time of my life than I've ever had before. I've legitimately never been happier. There are also really heavy pressures that come with this life, and you just have to try to balance them.
That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.